What began as a simple reading of the famous book Misty of Chincoteague sent one woman, well, down a rabbit hole that saw her traveling thousands of miles over the course of several years. Susan Friedland's epic journey to research the life of author Marguerite Henry was an unexpected endeavor.
What was originally planned as a magazine article quickly blossomed into a fully developed book that was dedicated to the story of that trailblazing female writer so many people around her grew up reading. And we're joined by Susan Friedland today. She is the author of Marguerite, Misty and Me. Welcome to Historic Studio D, Susan.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Thank you. So tell us how this journey began.
Well, I was going to my bookshelf in 2018, and I don't even remember what title I was looking for. And I landed on my childhood copy, which I have here, the blue hardback cover of Misty of Chincoteague. And I thought, I'm going to reread this. And I was a middle school teacher at the time, and it was even better than how I remembered reading it as a child, because now with my teacher hat on, it's like, this language is so beautiful. And I was really, just drawn back into the story again. So fun fact about me, I grew up riding borrowed horses in the same town where Marguerite Henry lived in Illinois when she brought Misty back from Chincoteague.
Oh, wow.
So I was an English and history teacher, and I would always tell my students, you need to talk to your grandparents and that sort of thing and find out your own family history. Well, I'm no relation to Marguerite, but the wheels started spinning, and I thought, maybe I could find older folks who remembered Marguerite and try to uncover, what made her such a good writer. Like, did she go to college and take a writing program, or was she really an equestrian like me, or was she a horse lover from the ground who just enjoyed writing about them? So that
questions.
was, so I started with these guiding questions, and each piece of information I gathered made me have more questions. And the horse world is small, and just by, kind of 6 degrees of separation, you can connect with people and uncover the story.
Wow. Okay, so what are some of the interesting things that you discovered along the way during this journey?
Well, I found out that Marguerite Henry had no children of her own, but she viewed every reader and fan as her child. And the University of Minnesota has her personal papers. There's 36 boxes, banker's boxes, filled, many of them with fan mail, and people would write her letters and she would write back. And I've met so many people who just said, I wrote a letter to Marguerite and she wrote me back. And it wasn't just a form letter in most cases, it was just a heartfelt response.
Interesting.
Incredible, yeah. So there are multiple versions of your books, I've heard?
Yeah, so I started out with the original version, and then I would do some events on Chincoteague and have grandmothers very, excitedly pick up Marguerite, Misty, and Me and say, I'm going to buy this for my granddaughter who's 10. And I'd say, well, has she read Misty of Chincoteague yet? And so then I, with my middle school background, I thought, I really should pare down the storyline, make it simpler for kids. And when I was teaching, there were so many things about writing, and I learned so many things about Marguerite's writing practices that translated to exactly what I was trying to, get my students to follow. So I thought it might be a nice little book for kids who like horses or like animals and adventures and who like books.
Yeah. Okay, so how can we get a hold of your books?
Yes.
If you go to the website, mistyandme.com, you can find my books there. They're also sold, on the other online book retailers. But if people are going to be on the island on Thursday, I'm going to be giving a talk at the Chincoteague Island Library at 1 p.m., followed by a book signing at Sundial Books just down the street at 2 p.m. So it would be great if people could come on out and support local.
Absolutely. That's lovely.
Susan Friedland, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you for having me.